Ah, yes. You have come at last to my lair. Our wonderful group of professionals here, we actually started this in the city of Waterdeep. And for those that might not be familiar, this is something we should have clarified last time, and I goofed on that part. The city of Waterdeep is a very, very bustling location in Faerun, which is the location that a lot of this story is taking place, and in D&D 5th editions as well. And in this city, there's a particular tavern that our story began at the Yawning Portal. That's the actual name of the tavern that we were in. The party was contracted by a pretty important figure in the actual city that was like, "Hey, yo, how's it going? I definitely may or may not be a vampire, and that's okay. But what's really important is that." There's other vampires that are definitely bad pandas, so we need to go and bop them on the head. Well, sorry, I need y'all to go bop them on the head because I'm not going to do it. Also, I might be taking over wherever they were, but that's neither here nor there. I need you to go into the Undermountain, which is a deep cavern and set of dungeons that usually it's very difficult to get into. But the tavern owner of the Yawning Portal was like, yo, dog, I've got to wait for you to go in, but I don't do stuff for free. So I'm going to give you bring me some blue lichen that apparently turns your teeth blue. That way I can make blue fizzy beer that'll turn everybody's teeth blue as like a way to sell stuff and get ready for the holidays, right? That's gonna be panderific. And the party was like, okay, that sounds good. So you follow the instructions. So our current goal right now, as a reminder for everybody, is you are after blue lichen that has to be returned back to the tavern owner, because after 24 hours it just completely disintegrates. So you have to get it back in a timely manner. While you are searching for this in the area that you're in, your overarching mission also is to try and find signs of vampires, specifically the group that have been recruiting, going around calling themselves the Undertakers. So that's where we are now. So the adventuring party, you professionals, you made it into the mine itself. As you were walking in, two important things were discovered. One's that there were extremely ancient runes that were lining the walls of the entrance to this particular cavern system, better said. And in addition to that, it is specifically noted that the moss that was growing over the entrance was a 9 out of 10 in terms of comfort level. So that's important, especially for Traum, specifically noting that it was regrowing after it was initially cut off. After that happened, you made it into the actual mine. There was an elevator that was going down. Some shenanigans happened, which ended up creating the world's most insane, but also the most wonderful slip and slide anybody has ever seen. That ended with a cow raging down the end of it, but that's fine. It just caused a cave in, not a big deal. So the party is currently caved in, trapped in this mining shaft, effectively, with no way to be able to go back the other way. The only way is to progress forward, which means our party and our adventure today is starting off at the end of a short rest. So all of you have had an opportunity to take a short rest, to either take a nap, and get you some bamboo Z's in, to eat, to get some hit points restored, and to get all of those wonderful short rest abilities back as well. So before you start heading into the next area, does anybody have anything that their characters that you would like to do as you are wrapping up the short rest? Anything to say, clarify, or otherwise to each other before we cut moving?
Perfect will take several moments to prestidigitate himself clean of any dust, make sure that his hair is perfectly in order, and then spend the rest of the time taking hits from his vape and making everybody miserable.
I'm glad we've officially called it a vape now. I'm glad we're here.
That's absolutely what it is. It is an ever smoking bottle. That's a description of it, but it is a vape.
Gotcha. Okay.
I have a request.
Absolutely.
So I have a racial feature called Cunning Artisan, where as part of a short rest, I can create some stuff from slain creatures, and I want to kind of stretch that.
Okay.
So I want to take my gambeson, which is the underlayer that you wear under like chainmail and plate,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to take some of the blue bones from the things that we fought earlier, and I want to make a sling so that I can carry the sorcerer who I cannot get to stand up for longer than like 5 minutes.
Okay. It is important to note that if you do this, the bones and the remains from the skeletons, and this was something important that we discovered last time. They basically, there's 5 feet of blue light glowing from the bones, so it will be glowing blue, which you wouldn't necessarily notice that it's blue. Because everything is blue to you currently, but you would notice that it is definitely there's light coming off of it. So I have that would work out perfectly. Just know that you will be emitting 5 feet of blue light.
It like nightlight.
It's a nightlight. It is 100%. It is
creating a Ravy Bjorn.
Oh no. It very well.
A small child.
Okay. Yeah, but no, you absolutely have plenty of time during the short rest to go through and use that ability to go and make this baby Bjorn with a nightlight installed. 100%.
Cool. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. Arthur, anything on your side, my friend? I just will go through and just confirm with everybody.
Yeah. Could you describe the area around us, please?
Caved in.
Caved in. Okay,
Yes.
but there's rocks and like of different sizes that I could use. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Do we have like maybe like 10 feet of space of open space to work with?
Currently, no. And it
Okay.
is important to note that the path forward, it looks like it's the entrance to a maze, but everything is 5 by 5. Like it is very narrow passageways.
Okay, this might get uncomfortable for a few people, but I'm still gonna try and do it.
All right.
I'm gonna set up an obstacle course going through our space, and I'm gonna have Beshi ride Mora, and I'm gonna give her a tiny little lance, and I'm gonna put squares of cheese through our space and have her go through and skewer the cheese, and she gets to eat what she skewers at the end of it.
And remind me who Beshi and Mora are.
Oh, Beshi, they're my best friends. Beshi is a mouse.
Okay.
Mora is a raptor.
It's a velociraptor, I believe, correct?
Yeah, a tiny one. Baby
Okay.
one.
So you're setting up a tiny obstacle course for them to go through to try to get the cheese. Did I get that right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Roll a d8
Sure.
and let us know what you got.
I'll just roll this. I did not roll that there. Let me just roll it here then. A 1. They did not do well. Maybe.
You find 1 piece of cheese in the maze.
All right, Bushy, you'll have to do better next time.
So there we go. Okay. Tuan, what about yourself?
This short rest, he's just relaxing. He's coming off the rage and all
That's
the
fair.
transformations he did. So he's just chilling out, relaxing.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Traum.
No, that's me.
There it is. Traum, I know you had a nap in mind. Was there anything else, Traum, that you would like to do besides get in a good solid nap, my friend?
I want to make sure that I'm napping as far away from perfect as is possible,
Okay.
so I don't have to murder him.
That's fair. That's fair. And Tamsin, is there anything you would like to do during the short rest, my friend? Besides
Just-
standard like healing thingies and whatnot. So
Yeah, just take care of myself. Give the
Okay.
others a little bit of extra hit points. Make sure everyone's okay. You know, my imp familiar is cheering on the Lance Race and Infernal, so you hear occasional guttural growlings over in the corner, and then maniacal laughter when everything goes badly. But other than that, she's just relaxing, having a nice time.
excellent. Okay, no worries at all. So so everybody, you take your time, you get all set up, and you notice that there is a path forward because the path backwards is gonna make a small adjustment there. Oop, there we go. You notice the path forward, as mentioned, is specifically 5 feet by 5 feet. So it is very much a case where each of you are going to be locked down in single file line. So I'm going to go ahead and get everybody moved over to the next area here, and I just simply need to know the particular marching order that you're going to be going in as you start, because effectively what you see in front of you is about maybe 30 feet of a straight line, and then it dead ends. You can definitely tell it veers to the left and right further ahead, but it is just literally 5 feet of nothing but maze-like pathing. So you will definitely need to have a particular marching order. So I'm going to go ahead and get y'all moved to the next area here. We'll put y'all in here, even though it's the next part's going to be a little bamboozling, only because it's oh, if it will let me reveal things. Oh no. Oh, there it goes. It's technically it's a major pathing, but a lot of this is not going to be mapped out here, which is fine. We can make this work. So I'm just going to go and get a sample together for y'all to reference here. Okay, there we go. Let me get all of our buddies here. So we've got all of you.
While you set that up,
Yes.
I'm gonna look at Traum as we're starting to pack up and get ready to head out. And I'm gonna say, backpack or chest pack?
Backpack.
Okay, and I will put it on like a backpack, and then he can climb into it.
I climb into my new carrying container.
And since you are backpack, the order will be Durashi in front, and then Traum right behind, then, just to make it easier from a marching order perspective. But know that you are in your glowing backpack without any concern there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put y'all right there. Now I've thrown everybody in a quick order. Y'all feel free to adjust as needed. And I've got your bird here as well. Perfect. So let me move you over here.
Delightful.
Is that the bird's name?
Sure is.
Okay. All right. So you all see, don't worry about the additional. I guess technically I can just rehide that. Hang on. I'll do that. 1 sec. We're going to hide that. Boop. Excellent. Okay. So go ahead and y'all adjust as you need to here. You'll see that currently right now the order is, and this is the front over here. So Durashi, you are in the front, followed by Traum, Tuan, Perfect, Delightful, the Arthur, Dint, and then Tamsin. So if anybody wants to adjust their space, feel free to do so now before we get started.
I'm going to move myself in front of Tuan, if that's okay.
Perfect. So that
Nope, I'm gonna be behind Swanton.
excellent. Oh, what? love it so much. And then Arthur, that technically currently puts you in the back. Are you okay with that, or would you like to adjust?
Oh no, that's fine.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So we've got we brotastic. There we go. I did it. I love it. Okay. So we've got everybody together there. All right. So this is where things are going to get very interesting. I think what we'll do is we'll let Durashi, since you are leading the party, you're going to get to drive a little bit of how pathing is going to work here. So, Durashi, as you move forward, you come to a dead end. There is a way to the left and a way to the right. Which way do you want to go which way would you like to go? And you're welcome to consult the party if you choose to do so.
So, a couple of things first.
Mm-hmm.
When we came in here, there was a set of about 15 footprints that came in but didn't leave.
Correct.
Are there any signs of those footsteps here?
Give me a survival check. Let's take a look and see.
I rolled a total of a 14.
A 14, okay? So with a 14, you kind of do some quick kind of scouting around, seeing if you recognize the same tracks as earlier. And you notice something very strange. There are, to the left, you see about 9 footprints, and to the right, you see about 17.
Coming and going, or just going?
Just going.
I will turn around and say to, like my body will be facing one way, but I'm gonna crank my neck around, and say to Traum and Tamsin, there are 2 ways. One way 9 people, one way 15 people. Which way?
9.
Is that based on anything, or is that just like gut feeling?
Smaller number. Is there room enough for me to scooch up a little bit? Because I have 120 feet of dark vision, but it's regular vision because it's blind. It's double sight.
Okay.
So am I able to, if I creep forward, see any further down into either of these locations, or are they just winding tunnels that you can't see?
If you, Durashi, if you're comfortable stepping to the left or right to where Tamsin could move up just a little bit, you could easily look down both ways and see what you can see.
Durashi, excuse me just a moment. I'd like to check these out real quickly. Is that okay?
I kind of half scurry up the wall. just
That
to
works too.
myself.
That works.
Look up and awe.
That is also an option. Oh, yeah. So after the scurrying, you look down each way, and here's go ahead and give me a perception check, and because it's devil sight, I'll give you advantage on this.
Okay. So 16.
Okay. So when you look to the left, this is the way that Durashi confirmed had 9 sets of paws that were seen. When you look to the left, what you notice is, one, the runes that were at the beginning, at the entrance, you see those carved all over the place. So you see them on the flooring, on the sides, on the ceiling of the wall. Like they're much more defined. Definitely still the same, like in terms of age being ancient. You definitely see those consistently. To the right, however, you notice that the same etchings are everywhere, except you notice that there are words that are written in other languages. It doesn't look like they're as ancient as like somebody carved or painted things on the walls. You definitely can see some common words, but it's very difficult from where you're standing to see what they exactly say. You're pretty sure you see something along the lines of get wrecked somewhere in the mix of that, but it's hard to tell really exactly what's going on. But somebody has definitely, you could even arguably say it looks like somebody defaced the walls towards the right. And the right had the 15 sets of
Okay.
footprints.
I will pass that information along to Traum and Durashi, and then look behind me and kind of play a game of telephone where I pass it to the next person and then have it go down the line.
I love it.
We'll
That
see
works
what
out perfect.
happens
What
with
about a walrus?
Arthur at the end. Yeah.
You
pretty
said,
much.
what about a walrus?
Perfect says, teenagers.
Yeah, it's basically
Teenage
graffiti.
Mutant Ninja Walrus?
Graffitied all down the right.
So what would you like to do?
The consensus was to go left. That seems to be less disturbed. Not sure if everyone wants to scout that way first, or just go into the melee. Find out.
The choice is y'all's.
Let's just find out.
I start heading left.
Okay. All right. So the party has chosen to go left. All right. So what we'll do is, since Durashi, you are leading the way, we'll kick these off with the one and only Traum. Traum, can you do me a favor and roll me a d20?
9.
Got a 9. Okay. Roll me a
This is
d100.
prophetic. 60. I was hoping it would be a 9. That
Yeah,
would've been
yeah,
even funnier.
I was like, yeah, exactly. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. With a 60.
Sounds interesting. Sounds pretty bad.
No, it's probably fine. You
Doesn't sound fine.
as
Sounds
you
bad.
as you are walking down the left way, and all you feel like you're making pretty solid progress. There are certain areas that it feels like the walls get a little constricting, and then they're better, but never any more than 5 feet of movement. So it gets a little concerning at times. However, as you are walking through, everybody that if you are trained in survival, give me a survival check. However, unfortunately, Durashi, you are at disadvantage with this. Everybody but Durashi is regular, but Durashi, you are, if you choose to do this, you are at disadvantage because of the color of what this might be.
7.
9.
This is only for trained, correct?
Yes, correct. Is anybody else making a roll?
I would have to be trained.
I am
Okay.
not proficient.
Just wanted to double check. All right, so you notice nothing of interest. However, you do come to a point that now has 3 specific paths. There is one to the left, one to the right, or you can keep going forward. Durashi, you come to this pass. Would you like to do another check to see if you notice footprints again?
I would.
Okay.
I
Give me-
Also, I have a thought, and I'm
Mhm.
also going to start looking for bat poop.
Ooh. Okay. I will say passively, you've not noticed anything up to this point.
I would like to mention one thing, just in case it matters.
Uh-huh.
Perfect has 10 feet of blind sight.
I also have 10 feet of blind sight.
That is important. Not relevant yet, but it is important.
I got a 21 on my survival check.
Okay, so you notice that, and you're not really sure how this is feasible, but you do see that to the left are specifically 15 sets of footprints that are going towards the left. Going forward, you see 9, and then to the right you see 7.
I think we're being hoodwinked.
What was your total again, Durashi?
21.
You notice that on the set of footprints in the 15, one of them have what looked like something on the sides of their shoes that looked like bat wings. Like bat wing spurs.
How pretentious.
In case that needed to be clarified.
I will make a vague gesture back toward Perfect.
And Perfect may be acquiring some new shoes soon.
Then let's go for shoes.
All right, you want to head left? All right, so left we go. So you take a left. That was
when I hit that tunnel, I'm gonna take my claws and just scrape at the wall to mark that this is the way that we came, in case we're going in circles.
I have a very interesting question. Durashi, for confirmation.
Yeah.
Do you have any form of mental protection that prevents somebody like telekinesis or anything like that, for somebody like speaking into your mind?
No. I'm a
Okay.
big dumb lizard boy.
Yep.
I have a big axe and now a small child.
Yeah. Well,
And
as
a bigger personality.
as you do this, you don't hear it from anywhere, but you're pretty you could almost confirm that for a small moment you heard something go, ow.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't trust like that.
Would you like to do anything, or do you keep moving forward or keep moving to the left? Sorry.
I'm gonna keep moving to the left.
Okay. Let's see. Tamsin, roll me a d20, my friend.
Oh boy.
Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Got a 10. Okay.
Yeah.
With a 10, go ahead and roll me a D100.
Oh boy.
It's a 30.
A 30. Okay. As you're walking along, Durashi, you notice a piece of scrap paper that's been crumpled up, sitting just in the middle of the way.
I hand it to Traum to read.
I read it.
Okay.
Do you wanna like DM it and I read it out loud, or how do you want to do this?
It's fine. It's fine. Unless, would you prefer me to DM it to you? I was just gonna read it out loud, but if you would prefer me to DM it, I can do that.
You can read it this time, unless it's
Okay.
funny, in which case I want to read it.
I'll.
Sounds like
It's
funny. Send it.
it's a quote. I'm gonna add what the quote is from, and then you can interpret that as you will. Okay, so.
Yeah, damn it.
Traum.
Let's go.
Please do not, outside of the brackets, that information is for the player's eyes, not for the character's eyes.
I hate you.
Would you like to read it, or do you want me to?
Even more, I had never meant to love him. One thing I truly knew it in the pit of my stomach, in the center of my bones, knew it from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet, knew it deep in my empty chest, was how love gave someone the power to break you. What kind of garbage is this?
It's little. I picked it up off the floor.
That's where it belongs. You should put it back.
I put it back where I found it.
Okay. Traum, you notice, and
I
only
from reading that, I understand. I'll go
Yeah.
ahead and mark it.
important thing to note, you see that you would not have noticed this initially, Durashi, but you notice that Traum, as you are handing the paper off, there's just a slight like hint of blue, not necessarily like blue ink, but almost like there was like a blue powder that just by the time that you even notice it, it starts to disintegrate from your hand. But there was like a hint of blue as you would from just handling the paper that was on your hands and was on Durashi's, but it's no longer there.
Okay.
All right, so y'all keep moving forward, and you come to a place. There are now, there is a path forward and a path to the left. Durashi, would you like to do another survival check?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
It's what I'm good for.
Also, for no reason at all, Arthur and while you're doing this check, Arthur and boo, just check in order here. Don't mind me.
You know, real quick, I think that Perfect would like to invisibly mage hand the paper into his pocket,
Okay.
as he always needs more material for pickup lines.
Oh no. Oh no. But Perfect speak.
That suits you perfectly. That is right up there for you, buddy.
Perfect and Arthur, both of you give me quick perception checks. If it matters, it's based on hearing. If you want your familiar to give you advantage, Perfect, you can. It would not be a separate check. It can accompany you is the way we'll handle that. But Durashi, let me know what you got on your survival.
I got a 16.
16, okay? You notice 15 sets of footsteps going back the way you were just coming from. So you have no idea how, but you've been tracking them going in this direction, but all of a sudden they are now heading away from you like the way that you just came from. You do see 4 sets of footprints going to the left, and you see 11 sets of footprints going forward.
Perfect has a 20 for his hearing check.
And Arthur got a 4.
To the left of both of you, you think you hear almost like if there's like a section of the wall that's lighter, and you know how if somebody's talking in the room and the walls are thin enough, you can kind of hear parts of a conversation. You both swear you hear muttering, kind of coming from the left of you. You're looking at there's just a wall there, but you can swear you hear like somebody talking or a conversation happening to your left.
Hello?
It stops abruptly.
Can I go in that direction? Like, can I go up to the wall and like examine it?
How do you examine it?
Well, for one, I will just put my hand against it and like see if it's, if it moves, if there's like a fake section of the wall that might be movable, that sort of thing.
Oh, go ahead.
Is there like a hand-sized rock near the wall?
Highs or lows?
Lows.
Tuan, roll me a d20.
That would
yes.
be a 19.
Oh, that's a
Yes.
sorry, I saw a 3. My apologies.
I thought it was 3 too. but
Yes,
no.
yes, you do see one.
Oh, excellent. I pick it up and I put it to my mouth and I go, "New sending stone. Who dis?"
You realize as you pick it up, and you're pretty sure you saw a rock. You realize it starts to unfold, and it's a spider.
Oh no, it's a spider. Ah!
At least you know who it is now.
I guess that would have a good network though. Or would it be a web work?
There it is. Yeah. But you put your perfect. You put your hand on the wall, and you notice it almost feels like cardboard. Like you feel like you could easily just like pull away the rock.
Noticing this, nobody else has noticed that, right? It's just perfect.
Everybody, I assume. Let me ask this. Let's make the assumption. Durashi, Traum, Tamsin, Tuan. When Arthur screams "hello," do you all turn to look in Arthur's direction?
I would glance back.
Yeah?
No.
Okay.
So, perfect. Will basically like I'm tired of wandering about in the dark. Let's make our own path and just try to punch through the wall.
Okay, we're just gonna.
Please.
It's like a break your hand check. I moved the party up just a little bit, just that way it makes sense of what this looks like. Doobie-doo-boo-boo.
He's even going to take a moment while he says that to roll up his sleeve.
Oh, that's fair. That's 100% fair. Okay, so as you punch a hole in the wall, and you notice there's another path.
Please tell me he hurt his hand. That's all we care about.
Your hand goes through and it gets stuck. So you can't it's almost like you punch through it. Your paw made it through, and you're struggling to get your hand out of the wall.
Well.
Hey, Durashi, turn around.
He's gonna say, I seem to have punched much too hard. And then he'll kick the wall with his foot.
Oh, I hope this gets stuck too.
Your foot goes in, your foot gets stuck.
Right. He's just gonna try to rip the whole wall off.
Give me
Actually,
an
better yet, instead of trying to rip the whole wall off, he's just gonna try to keep going through the wall. That way it looks more impressive.
Okay. So you just kind of just kind of just run your whole. Do you walk or do you charge the wall?
Since he's already got a hand and a foot stuck inside there, he's basically just going to jump against it.
Okay, go ahead and give me an athletics check. Let's see how forcefully you jump in. And while this is going on,
Definitely my best stat.
Tuan and Arthur, since you two are both right there, do either of you do anything while you see Perfect attempting this?
Yes. I start seeing he puts his right hand in, he puts his right foot in. It looks like
Puts his body in.
We should check it all about.
Oh, there it is. Tuan, what about yourself?
Tuan is very confused at this moment. He is just looking puzzled.
Oh.
He's also fixing the air conditioner.
Oh, I see. Sorry. Hey, so Tuan is just kind of in a daze right now. Got it. Okay. How was your check?
Perfect has rolled a 16.
Okay. So you body check the wall effectively, and an important thing to note, as Durashi you experienced earlier, and I want to clarify, nobody heard that except for Durashi. As you do this, and as you start to go through, you just hear Perfect, a voice just going as you body check and you go face first on the ground, and you basically end up right through here. So you notice that like there's this weird sticky texture that was coated on the other side of the door, but once you kind of like you got through all of it, it was enough force to just kind of throw it on the ground. So think about effectively your face first on the ground in like a fly trap. Or I think like that's basically what's happened now.
So he's stuck to the ground?
Sort of.
He would definitely try to get up as quickly as possible, hopefully before anybody can see what has happened.
Okay. It takes some like, it's kind of like fighting through honey. You're able to do it, but like unless if you want to take time to try to like prestidigitation yourself, you can. But it does take it takes everybody getting there, and you are getting up from it as folks that decide to head in do so. I know Tuan is currently in a daze. Durashi and Traum, do y'all want to turn around and go check out what Perfect has found? Do you want to, or what would you like to do?
I am not the pilot of this particular vehicle.
You can grab onto my fins and tell me what to do. I'm gonna kind of turn around, and noticing now that there's like a hole, can I see what the walls are made of now that I have sort of like a cross section from where Perfect went through?
Yeah, well, what I will say is you do notice that now that pathway is opened, it looks like the particular thing that Perfect was like that punch through is different than the rest of like the walls and things like that. So it's like what you scratched on earlier, it was truly like rock. There was no doubt about it what that was, as well as the rest of things. It just looks like somebody boarded up this particular section with this sticky substance to kind of block the pathing. But other than that path, you don't know. And it looks like it's just a combination of like honey and maybe like some kind of like salt or something to like help kind of preserve it a bit, as all that appears to be.
Does there, like, we all have to go through the sticky stuff in order to take this path somewhere, or?
No, it's down now because Perfect body checked it. It's like the sticky stuff is on the floor, and the side that was on the outside that was not sticky, that's there. So it's like an upside down fly trap. So yeah, no, you're good. You have to get Perfect has to get out of it, but y'all can easily get through without any problem. And it is important to note, if you are sensitive to smells, there is an odor of death that has just completely filled the entire tunnel that's coming out from there.
Could I do like a survival or a medicine check to see if I could tell what died by smell? Because like lizard folk eat carrion all the time. Not all the time, but when it's necessary.
I'd say a medicine check. If you want to see if it's something that's like a beast or an animal, you could do a nature check. Or if you just want to kind of in general to say like, do you recognize particularly like what is what could be causing the smell? A medicine check is fine as well.
Okay.
I know I can't join in on that, but does it smell like fresh death, like decomposition, or does it smell old, musty, like a crypt death?
Old musty crypt death for sure.
Okay.
But it definitely isn't just like bone and brittle smell.
Got an 18.
Yeah, so it reminds you almost of like it match. I'd say the way probably to interpret it is it smells like what the blue stuff tasted like that you consumed earlier.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect is going to pry himself out of this situation and then dust himself off with his hands while simultaneously casting prestidigitation to actually clean himself. And then pretend like he did all of that on purpose.
Makes sense. And as you're doing that, an important thing to probably note is as you're looking up, Perfect, and I'd say it's a little difficult to see Durashi and Tamsin. Anybody else said if you have dark vision in there, but you see what look like dozens of silhouettes inside inside this actual area that just opened up, and some of them are wiggling.
Perfect will take a step back out and say, turn to the more beefy members of the party and say, after you. I've cleared the way.
Okay. I'll look inside. What's going on?
I definitely didn't say it in your direction. But
Yeah, I was like, I do like that Arthur was like, yep, I got it. Arthur, you peek in and you notice what look like at least about 16 or 17 corpses that are filled in like what looks like kind of this hoveled area. And you notice that all of them are they look kind of like those strange blue glowing skeletons that you saw from earlier at the elevator. However, an important thing to note, you may notice that they're definitely blue. You notice that there's some kind of fungus on them, but the fungus looks like it's kind of rotted and decayed, so they are not glowing. They are definitely blue, but they are not glowing. You're pretty sure some of them are looking in your direction, but they don't necessarily seem immediately hostile.
Right. We were looking for mushrooms, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct. Which they definitely have the same blue mushrooms that you're looking for, or the lichens, but they're specifically not glowing.
Okay. So non-glowing mushrooms are not what we're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the glowing mushrooms?
You yell at them. You yell at that towards them.
Yes.
One of them looks in your direction and just kind of but does it like it's like hisses at you kind of, but it doesn't do anything else.
Well, if you don't know, you don't have to be rude about it. These guys don't know anything. Let's head in the other direction.
Are you talking to the undead?
Are they dead? Are they moving?
As
They
far
are-
as we're
they-
aware, fungi are fungi.
They are wiggling around.
That is disturbing. And they are blue.
Mm-hmm.
Do they? Or you said they're corpses. Are they humanoid corpses?
You'd probably have to go into the room to get a better understanding of
I'll-
what you can see.
I'll send my familiar in
Okay.
and have it fly.
Okay. So as your familiar flies into the room, so if anybody here has seen the SpongeBob movie, of all references here, there's a scene that there's a grandma that is selling ice cream that turns out is basically like a tonsil of like a giant fish. So I want you to kind of think of that perspective here. As your familiar goes in and the skeleton that kind of hissed at Arthur, you notice isn't technically a singular skeleton. It's wiggling around with the others, but all of the other skeletons are wiggling around. And as your familiar walks in, they all start to kind of mold together a little bit. And you notice that one of the skeletons starts to look more foot-like. One of the other skeletons looks kind of like hand-like. And some of them start to mold together like a body. Your familiar starts to see what looks like a giant structure or creature start to form.
We should leave, or maybe close that door in some way, unless we want to fight some kind of tight body creature, goo, something. I don't know what's happening in there. It's very disturbing.
It's very blue, right?
It's blue, but
Like
it's not glowy blue.
Not the right blue.
Not the right
Are we
blue.
sure? Oh, okay.
We're looking
I mean,
for,
it
like,
could
an
be-
azure
no,
blue,
I
not a
just-
cerulean.
It could be the right blue. You don't know. You just know that it's particularly not glowing.
It's not glowy blue, and
But it is
Harold
blue.
was glowing. Glowy
Har-
tea.
But,
Correct.
Like Durashi wasn't glowing until Durashi like ate the stuff, right?
The bones that the Bjorn is made out of is blue, like glow blue.
They glow.
Mhm.
Okay.
But it does smell right. I just think it's expired. Also, he's not going to fit through the door.
I'm calling Gemini back, and just kind of taking 2 steps away from this location.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Tuan casts produce flame.
Oh. Like, do you cast it to? Are you casting it at something, or are you just doing it to get light, just for
to get
confirmation?
light.
Okay.
That's it.
Perfect does have his sword out as well, which grants light.
So an important thing to note, now that everybody is outside of there, is you still hear noise of a creature forming in the other room. You can choose to nope out. You can head back the way that you came, or because remember there's a way to the left, there's a way forward, and you can heading back. The 15 footsteps are going back in that direction. To the left were 4, and forward were 11 footsteps.
When Gemini went in there,
Mm-hmm.
I know that I was disturbed. But was there any way to tell approximately how many corpses?
You thought you counted probably about 9, but then they started molding together into a singular structure.
Okay. So 9 corpses making up a single being, how large is the doorway?
The doorway is also 5 by 5.
Oh, excellent.
Okay, so it feels like if we block the doorway, maybe it can't get out? Maybe?
You could certainly try.
I don't know if we want to leave it here. That's kind of disgusting, guys. What do you think?
Sounds like someone else's problem.
I put up a minor illusion of a door with a sign on it that says "Not our problem."
Wait, okay.
Hey, Durashi, can you track just not the number of footprints, but just like the fancy shoes that we were trying to track down with the bat wings? And see which direction they went, or are they still with the 15?
I'm assuming they're still with the 15. Do you have any chalk?
Here, prestidigitation. Here's some chalk.
In that case, instead of marking the passageway with my claw, I'm going to take the chalk and draw.
You hear a voice in your head going,
Stop that.
Stop
Sorry.
I think the walls are talking to me. I may have ingested too much of the blue stuff.
You asked the walls which way to go.
Do the walls have eyes?
I will attempt to commune with the wall.
how do you attempt to commune?
I got a lizard brain this. I'm gonna lick it.
That tickles.
And then I'm gonna say, which way's out?
Back the way you came, but I think it caved in.
Yeah, guess again. Where'd these people go?
Oh, are you looking for the writer?
Yes.
All right, he's that way, and you get like,
Oh, sorry. And you get the you get kind of like a mental image of heading to the left.
Okay.
also, why did you wake it up?
Wake what up?
At that point, you hear a loud guttural roar come from inside this room, and what sounds like a banging noise against this wall.
It'll
And-
be fine. It's not our problem, and I point to the door.
And an important connection, only because you specifically noticed this earlier, Durashi, the vibrations that you felt from the slamming matches the vibrations you felt before you ever entered here to begin with.
Okay, so it's not like this thing has been dormant for years. It's been dormant for a couple of hours.
So an important thing to note, that's a very good thing. If collaborating in Tamsin, this is probably something, if you choose to share, you can. It looked like that the wiggling creatures in there, it doesn't look like that they've actively been like mobile in a long time.
I think we maybe woke up something. It seemed to be like out of character, becoming Voltron in there. So there were body parts made up of corpses that were connecting to other corpse body parts. And I think it's making a much larger creature that sounds angry.
Okay. Let me continue to speak to the walls. And I kind of like press my stomach against it, and I start asking more questions.
Okay.
Durashi, are you the Dorax? Do you speak for the walls?
That's good.
I'm gonna add wall speaker to my.
Absolutely.
title.
Congratulations, you have earned wall speaker. Oh. Okay,
Um,
what do you ask the wall?
How is it dangerous to us out here?
That one isn't.
There's more than one.
Yep.
Okay. Will you help us steer clear of the other ones?
Did you want? I thought you wanted the writer.
Is he with one of the other ones?
Not right now.
Okay. Who are you? What are you? If you're
That-
Strahd,
Oh.
I swear.
Perfect's just going to like lean over to Tuan and say, "Is this normal behavior? The licking of the walls, the speaking to nothing."
The walls berries taste like snozberries.
Oh no.
Perfect just sighs.
Don't knock it till you try it.
The wall says,
I am Razel Rum Cask View.
Razel Rum Cask View?
Yes, I was the last living dwarf in this mine.
So now you are the mine.
I am the mine.
Great. Does the big thing cause you pain?
and at that moment you hear just another coming from the room, bang, bang, like if something is just banging against the wall.
When it does that,
I turn to the rest of the party and I say, "The dwarf walls have spoken."
They don't look that small to me.
They're believe me, they're a dwarf.
If you say so. Did they tell us where to go?
Yes, they will guide us. Also, we have to break that thing that we woke up.
Oh, the one behind the door?
Yeah,
But I thought it wasn't our problem.
it's technically not our problem.
I think he is saying that it's the dwarf wall problem.
It's the dwarf wall
Alright.
problem.
I cast minor illusion again, and I said, "Okay, it's our problem now."
The dwarf as you're talking will mention, like, it's the Cash View is basically doing that thing where, like, you're not talking to Cash View, but he's inserting himself into the conversation.
Okay.
Where he goes,
if you just leave it alone, it'll go back to sleep.
Okay. We must leave it alone. The dwarf walls have spoken.
So we don't kill it. Okay.
Sounds like it's back to not being our problem. I minor illusion the same door.
Follow me, and I scurry off to the left.
okay. Last D20 roll. Perfect. Give me a D20 roll. Or Arthur, have you rolled a D20 yet? My apologies.
I have not.
Okay, roll me
I
a
love
D20,
rolling
Arthur.
D20s. All right, let's see what I got.
And perfect, you
Go.
roll the percentile.
16.
Perfect.
15.
So close.
Wow. Okay. So you find another piece of paper. We're gonna
Ooh.
say this one. Let me roll a. Tuan, you notice a piece of paper on the ground.
pick it up.
Pick it up, okay. Do you want me to send you what it says, or would you like me to read it?
You can send me what it says,
Okay.
and then I'll read it.
All right, so I'm going to. I have to make one small adjustment to. oh, hang on. Let me find it. There it goes. Let's see. Tuan, sending you a thing. Doop, boop. Okay. There you go. Feel free to read it if you choose to.
About 3 things I was absolutely positive. Oh no. First, Tev was a vampire. God dang it. I can't believe I'm reading it.
Yep.
Second, there was a part of him. I didn't know how potent that part might be that thirsted for my blood. And third, I was unconditionally and irrevocably in love with him. Oh, I'm so happy that that Faeryanna had to step away for a second. Didn't get to hear that.
Excellent. So we're gonna get to about right there. Okay, so the good news is, since we're already here, I'm just gonna take all of you. I can unfortunately not move the bird for some reason. Never mind, I just did. I don't know what I'm thinking about. So y'all make it down here. So I'm gonna move the party over here. Whoop. Get y'all lined up here. There we go. And then y'all can be back here if you choose to. Okay, so y'all make it down here, and technically, because we have a couple folks with dark vision, we're gonna go ahead and go right. We're gonna open up the whole thing. For those watching, I'm gonna move this up for y'all here, just so y'all can see a little bit more of actually what in the world's going on. Okay, so as you are here, you make it into this room, and just to give you a little bit of a description, since this, because you finally make it to the end of all of these 5x5 long, winding tunnels, and you end up in this area that's much more open. You notice that the mine dead ends. It's a rough-hewn oval shape. There's a pile of blue bone shards and lichen that marks this location down here at the bottom. So you see just a giant pile of bones and blue lichen, and this is like glowing, fresh blue lichen, right? Definitely what you're after. And you notice that there is an individual. And then right here in front of it, these rocks here, you see a giant. It almost looks like claw marks, like something's just been digging at rock. And there's a sign right to the edge of it here that says "New Home of the Undertakers." As you enter the room, you notice that you are not alone. There's somebody here. Oh, that's why, because I'm trying to reveal things. There we go. Yes. You see an individual, and more importantly, this individual has a friend. And you hear a booming voice almost as you enter the room, Durashi, and as the party starts to move in. The individual is sitting in it's almost like those chairs that you see directors sit in on set. You see him sitting in like this prop up, like pseudo fancy but not really fancy chair, and he's leaned back in the chair and he's writing in a book. And you see a hand that's like it's almost like the fella is mumbling something. You can't really hear at first. He'll mumble something. He looks at the hand, and you see the hand like give either like a thumbs up gesture or a thumbs down gesture, almost like giving some kind of critiquing. And as you enter the room, he doesn't stop. He doesn't look up. He doesn't stop writing. But this booming voice goes, "Oh, hang on. Let me. I gotta do this right. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try it, y'all. Let me find it. Here we go. I got something specifically for this. I don't know if it's gonna work, and if I'm not audible, just let me know. Let's try this. Yes. You have come at last to my lair. Welcome. Are you the are you the vampire hunters?
Why, yes, that would be us. And are
Oh,
you the
good.
vampire?
Yes, I am. Be afraid. Also, thank you for being a good source of inspiration. And as he says that, you see him raise a hand, and he snaps his fingers, and when he does that, that same guttural roar you heard a little bit ago starts to emanate from the pile of bones at the down here. And Tamsin, what you saw, those bones kind of like clicking and clacking, starting to connect, starts to happen here as well.
I am a source of inspiration for many artists.
Especially the one formerly known as Prince.
He's making another guys, look, guys.
And you see a giant kawaii skull that goes meh. But an important thing to note, there's three important things to note about this skull. One, this entire abomination is glowing blue. So all of the skeletons that it's made of and connected are glowing bright blue. And it's important to note too that the torso of this creature looks like a cow. So it's like a cow skeleton seems to make up the body of this creature. And the important reason for that is that inside the chest cavity of the bones of this cow, you see what looks like a giant glowing structure. And it's not glowing blue, it's actually glowing bright white. So there's like a divine light emanating from the center of this creature. That is different than than the rest of the light that's emanating. In fact, you think whatever is inside its chest is glowing about 30 feet or so. Like it's glowing very brightly as it roars angrily at you. Bah! Let's roll initiative.
I would like to use my Tides of Chaos.
Absolutely. Now, an important thing to note, everybody, this is a little bit of a unique encounter. There is clearly an angry giant creature here, and if this is probably something relevant, Durashi, you would probably be able to connect the dots as well. Is the claws that this creature has matches the claw-like kind of marks that are in the rocks behind it. So it's a fair assumption that this is the creature that was causing those vibrations that you felt previously versus the other one that you saw.
Okay.
Oh, we don't have the
Whoop.
tracker.
There we go. We do now. Ta-da! Let me move it up where everybody can see it. Okay. These might have been from last time. I am so sorry if so. Did you get a 4 this time? perfect, or was that from last time?
I did, yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Then those guys. I've got
mine real quick.
Okay. Durashi. Go ahead, Traum.
Did perfect roll a nat 1?
He sure did.
Oh
Okay.
no. Oh
Wanted to
no.
For that for a second. That's all.
Durashi, did you get an 8 or is that from last time?
I got an 8.
Okay. Traum.
I got a 6.
Okay, perfect.
I
Nope,
think
got a-
I clicked
got a
on
4.
my token.
Oh, that's okay. What did you get?
Got a 22.
Okay, I will get you added on there. Let's see. Add a turn. I know how to add turns, I promise. There we go. Okay. Tamsin, wait. Oh, there. Hang on, there's multiples. Wait, whoop, I goofed. Hang on. I thought we were cleared, but it doesn't look like it. So 12 is an old one. That's an old one. Those are old. Okay, get rid of that. Get rid of that one. Arthur, did you get a 6? No, you did not. Okay. Durashi did not get a 14 this time. Arthur got a 4. Okay, cool. Now we are caught up. You got a what, Tamsin? I'm so sorry.
I got a 22.
22. Nice. Tuan, how did you do? Oh,
Looks like he got a 17.
oh, thank you.
I think
Okay.
I got a 5.
Okay,
No.
my apologies.
17, yeah.
I got a 17, but I didn't select my token. I can re-roll again if you need me to.
I do not. I got you, buddy. There we go. Arthur, Durashi, Traum, Tamsin, Tuan. Perfect. Okay. Got it. Ascending. All right. So, I need to roll things. Oh dear. Got the thing.
It's okay. They don't need turns.
That's fair. Let's go over here. Let's add Lestat a turn here. Let's get that. By the way, that was a much harder picture to find than I ever thought it was going to be. I don't know why it was so difficult to find like that Lestat, but the OG Lestat. But we got it. We got there. That. Okay. Actually, sorry, that was 8. Okay. This one is very strange on this fella here because it's such a customized thingy. Pop up over here, boo. Got it. All right, so we're looking at a not good. Ooh, that's not good. We deduct. Okay. So let's go ahead and do one more sort. All right. So starting us off is Tamsin. Tamsin, you are up. So, and I started to say earlier about the uniqueness of this encounter. There is clearly a upset, unfriendly looking golem thing at the bottom here, but you also have the vampire and you have the hand. It is important to note that the skeleton abomination thing is clearly hostile. It's definitely angry at you without a doubt. However, you do not sense hostility from the vampire or the hand. You can choose to attack them. You just do not immediately sense them as hostile. What do you do?
How far away are we from it? Are these 5?
Yeah, these are
square?
5 foot. Yes.
25, 30. So that's 45.
It is important to note though that this object here and this object here, that these go to the ceiling. So you've got a singular strand of visibility. So keep that in mind from where you're currently standing.
Okay. I am going to.
So as pretty much almost fully covered right here.
I'm going to yell out to the party. Don't walk into the green light. And then I'm going to cast Sickening Radiance.
Oh,
Just on the guy. Like, maybe a 5-foot square in front of the guy, but just around the guy in the back.
so you are targeting this
gold
fella
guy.
back here. Okay.
Yeah.
And for those that do not know, Sickening Radiance, this is a dim greenish light that spreads within a 30-foot radius. Sphere centered on a point you choose within range. The light spreads around corners and it lasts until the spell ends. When a creature moves into the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, that creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 4d10 radiant damage. And it suffers 1 level of exhaustion and emits a dim greenish light in a 5-foot radius. This light makes it impossible for the creature to benefit from being invisible. Okay.
Yeah. I never get to use it. I figure I might as well use it. I can drop concentration on it next time if people need to get in range, but
Absolutely.
No, it's good.
Yeah, no.
gonna throw that out there.
Now, just to
I need- Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Just for confirmation as well. It can go up to 120 feet. But it does specifically mention a point you choose within range. Do you want to move to where you can get an angle at it? So your character, you're going to want to move either
Yeah.
like up to like right here, so you can see it like there. You know what I mean? Or you could technically try to
Right.
move over here. What would you like to do?
Let me move to the left. Let me go. I think I can move my person. Let me
You should
go
be able to.
here. Here. Nope. Here. I think is where I've got to go.
Okay, that should work out perfectly.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
get there.
Okay,
Um,
and
then
where?
I'm going to.
Oh, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
I'm going to center it, like on him, and then have it go slightly in front of him, so it engulfs all the way around him, and then the 5-foot square right in front of him.
Okay.
Because I don't want to hit the vampires right now. So,
Do
but I need a con 18,
that area right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
and it's a 30-foot radius, so I think it fills that whole back section.
It does. You are correct. Boop. Boop. And then one more up. There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Your camera.
Did I goof? Wait,
Yep.
what? Uh-oh. What in the world? Oh, no. Hang on one moment. Guess who forgot to plug in things again? Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Yeah, I was like, called it. Just a moment, everybody. We bamboozled a little bit here. No worries.
Alrighty. Delightful's not going to do too much this turn. She's just going to get a little bit closer.
Okay.
Actually, she should go over here. And take
When
dodge action.
when Delightful gets there, the hand here waves at Delightful.
She just looks at it, nonplussed.
That's fair. Okay, so let's see. Doo-ba-doo-boo-boo. I have a. Okay, I got exactly an 18. So we made, unfortunately. So because I met.
I don't think you take anything.
I
think
still-
take damage, right?
No, I'm pretty sure with that
No,
spell it's
it's
save or
all
nothing.
Yeah.
I am specifically not able to take advantage of being invisible though. That still is regardless of making the save, that is still a thing. Okay. He's gonna go And then he's going to start moving. Let's see. We're going to go here. He's here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so he's gonna just make his way over here. He's gonna squeeze right in here with you. Boop. How you doing? There we go. And as you get as the creature gets closer, you can adamantly see what's actually going on. So this construct is a combination of skeletons. It's like a golem Voltron like creature. It's very strange. But that glowing bright object inside its chest cavity, you can tell beyond a shadow of a doubt, Tamsin, because you were this close. It looks almost like a mace that's just glowing brightly. And then it raises one of its bony panda paws up, and it's gonna. Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, no, and it's gonna bonk you on the head. Okay, let's see. Let's get that in. Does a 21 hit?
It does.
Okay. You are going to take 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
And then it's going to raise a foot up, and it's going to try to kick you in the teeth. With a 15.
That does not hit.
Okay, I rolled very low. No problem. And then it just and it just stands right there. Next up, Arthur Dint, you are up, buddy.
All right. Well, so I'm just gonna go through my friends' spaces, 10, 20, 25. Now, in this chamber, we want the mushrooms, right?
Yeah, so your main task is, your overarching objective is about the vampires, but your main objective is specifically the blue lichen. Yes.
I see. Okay. And is the mushrooms like all over the cave or just on the floor?
So you notice the lichen are in 2 specific locations, completely coating this creature's body, like head to toe. It's covered in lichen. And the area that it was previously laying in, just that circular area, and on its body. Those are the only 2 places. But the largest like abundance of it is on the body of this creature.
Okay. Well, then fireballs might not be a great idea because it might burn our mushrooms. So
You never know. You never know.
I'm gonna just go ahead and throw out a synaptic static. Let's see how that works.
What is a synaptic static?
It is a spell that targets an area of effect of 20 feet radius. So I should be able to get the big bad construct and Mr. Vampire and his hand. It will do specifically 8d6 psychic damage. It does not affect creatures with intelligence scores of 2 or lower. If they fail my save, they take full damage, and their thoughts are muddled for a minute, which means that they take a d6 penalty to attack rolls and ability checks, as well as Constitution saving throws to maintain concentration. It's a DC 16 int save.
Let's see. So you are casting this to target everyone, including the vampire. Is that correct?
Correct. I think if I put it here, it should, or here.
As you start to cast this. Oh,
I I should make a recommendation because I'm. No, I won't have enough movement. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
I like to
As
do it
you
subtly though. Yes, I'll make it subtle.
okay. So you are making this a subtle spell, which what does that do if you don't mind clarifying?
Subtle spells remove all components, so it's impossible to tell that you're actually casting the spell.
Perfect. Which means if a caster of some sort was going to try to do something, it makes it a little difficult to do so.
Correct.
Okay, so let's do a couple things first. First of all, roll me that D100 for your
Of course.
chaos magic to go off here.
That is a 49, which I
Okay.
believe I know exactly what that is.
What is a 49, my friend?
49? Oh, damn it. It was a 48 I was hoping for. 49 means I can't speak for a minute. And whenever I talk, pink bubbles float in my mouth. So I'm just not going to talk for the rest of this encounter. Take care.
It's a good thing you've got subtle spell, huh?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Then, okay. So it's a DC 18 intelligence save. Was that it?
16. Blah, blah, blah.
16. Thank you. Let me go ahead and roll these. We'll start with we're gonna start with the hand. The hand rolled a 15, which means it got a 10
Oof.
because
It
it's got
might be 2-1.
What is
Yeah,
its
maybe-
intelligence score? It does not affect-
Unfortunately, it does have a it has a 3 intelligence.
Oh.
So it's one higher. It
Too
unfortunately,
intelligent for its own good.
yep. So that explodes because it has 2 HP.
Yep.
So the hand's gone. We'll do the vampire next. Who goes, hey, bye, what the man? Is gonna get a. Oh no. That's a. I mean, he got a +6, but that's an 11, so he fails.
26 psychic.
Okay, and 16. I think it's impossible for the big boy to make the save. No, he can actually make it if he crits. He gets it. Come on, Bone Bro. Hey, crit! He crit!
Oh, there you have it.
But, all right, Bone Bro is smart boy. He got exactly a 16. He also has a 3 intelligence.
Do I still have my reaction?
I don't think you've used it.
I can bend his luck so he fails.
It is your
I will
call.
do.
Okay, and I don't think you need to speak to be able to do that. Correct?
I do not. It is just a feature I have. Bashaba blesses them, sort of, and
Okay.
they do bad.
Okay, so what do I need to do if you bend the luck?
So Ben, look, I just roll a d4, and
Okay.
it will take that off your check. So -3 to your throw.
I was so proud of my crit. Well, it's definitely it's definitely yeah, it failed that time. So never mind, everybody failed. And what was the total damage?
A 26 psychic,
A 26. Okay. So
and they are both banged. Basically, they'll take d6s off of basically any check they do.
okay. You notice that the mage, the vampire magic looking fella, he kind of like he starts bleeding from his nose, and he looks very upset. Like, I was just trying to enjoy my book, man. I'm a writer. And he looks like he's getting ready to stand up.
Only bubbles come out of my mouth.
That's fair.
Blah, 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 blah.
The Bone Bro doesn't look phased, but does look confused. Was this psychic damage?
It was.
Looks completely unfazed.
Oh, well, there you go. I think the Bane effect still takes place, so.
I mean, the effect-wise, you think it's fine, but it just he does not look phased at all. If that makes sense.
Okay, that's fair.
Tuan, you are up.
Hi. So the Bone Bros on Tamsin, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Is there a 30-foot line between me and Tamsin right now that I might be able to potentially, I don't know, pounce if I were to turn into something?
There's a giant rock in your way. You would need to move 5, 10.
You need 30 feet?
What I can turn into can give me 60 feet of movement. In 60 feet of movement, can I get in a way in which I can 30 feet of movement and pounce the guy?
I'm not sure that there's 30 feet across in this entire room. Except for
If you run into the radiation zone, I
Yeah.
don't recommend it.
That'd be about the only way, unfortunately.
Is he still in the radiation zone?
No.
He is not.
How much movement between me and the radiation zone?
So hang on. It might be a bit easier just to kind of give a perspective here. If you can get to the creature, if you go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, that you're effectively exactly 30 feet away, going at kind of like a U angle, and that gets you to the creature. That's how close the creature is to you.
But you have to zig around a pillar.
Correct. You got a deja vu.
Before I go with that option, one other thing I'd like to see if I can try. Can I position myself in a way that I can thorn whip him back into the radiation zone, but be safe?
You are you gonna try to push him back into there?
Thorn whip pulls things to me by 10 feet.
You would have
yes.
to.
There
sorry,
is a
what?
place where you could do that, but you'd need 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You need 35 feet of movement to get there.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
I turn into an Allosaurus and I go and attack him, but I won't be able to pounce. So I'll just do. I think it's a bite attack or one of my attacks.
How large is the Allosaurus?
I believe he's large. Well, large. Well, okay. That's another thing.
What you'll need to do is, so the good news is you can do it. If you move your character, and I know you can't see, but if you move there, you can technically do that, but it's important to know that you are wedging yourself between two pillars, which means you're locking Tamsin in between you and the creature. Which it should be fine. I'm sure it's fine, but that's one thing to keep in mind. You are wedging yourself between two rocks, but you're not squeezing.
Get
So-
just enough room.
You'd be right there. That's Mega Tuan right there.
All right, I'll do that. Can I shove him? Is that an attack that I can push him back into it?
You want to do you want to do an action to shove him?
Bonus action because I'm a druid, a moon druid. Turn into an Allosaurus. Action shove.
Do you have the extra attack feature yet?
I do not have the extra attack feature.
Okay. Shove replaces one of your attacks, so you could potentially do it twice if you did.
Right, because the important thing to note is if you choose to shove, the shove only pushes back 5 feet, right? I'm double checking that. The creature is currently 10 feet outside of the radiation zone. So you could push him back, but he would not be in the radiation zone. You would need to be able to push one more time to get him in the radiation zone, if you choose to do that.
Sure, but I can push him back next turn too.
You
but I
absolutely could.
Start pushing him away from Tamsin.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and do a, well, it's basically a melee attack, so give me a shove attack.
It's a opposed strength checks, I believe.
Yeah. Oppose athletics.
Oh, wait, I'm so sorry. It's, I was looking at the wrong thing. My apologies, yes. So let's go ahead and get those checks in. And what's the you said the Bane effect, it's a D4 decrease. Arthur, is that correct?
It is a D6.
It's a D6. Okay. Okay.
For any attack roll and ability check, as well as Constitution to maintain concentration.
And I know we're in a little bit of a bamboozling situation, so if we can just, when the roll gets made, if we can confirm what Tuan rolled, we will be good to go.
Okay,
It's
can you click
athletics.
athletics on his sheet?
Sorry.
You're fine. You are fine. It's not trained. It's gonna be a straight. Okay, that's not bad. The raw strength score, you effectively canceled out his strength score.
Okay.
I rolled a 6 on the die. So he's strong boy. Yeah, he's a strong boy. That makes me
Very
a sad
strong.
panda.
If you can, it's a D20 plus 4.
For what?
For athletics?
Oh, I was doing. Well, I rolled an 11. So do I keep that roll and then it didn't come up?
I didn't see it pop up.
That's fine. 11.
Okay.
So I
Plus
Plus-
well
15.
plus 4. So
Let me make sure he doesn't have athletics. I don't know if the monster has athletics or not.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It gets pushed.
Right. What? So the monster gets an 18.
Oh wow, with a 6? Jesus.
No,
Because
6 on the Bane.
you got to
wow.
yeah. So yeah, the Bane canceled out his strength modifier. He rolled an 18. He would have gotten a 24, but so yeah. So the monster Tuan, you go and you're just like, you do the shoulder check, and he shoulder checks you back harder. And Tamsin, so Tamsin, you're in that situation where like you're standing between two kaijus right now, that are trying to basically clash. It's effectively what's happening here.
I am so happy right here. This is awesome. Love it.
Okay. Next up is our vampire, who gets up and goes, hang on, sorry, I'll put it back in. You've come to disturb my lair. Go away. Wait, hang on, sorry. This is entertainment. I guess, I mean, you fight the golem, not me. I'm just here to watch. And then he looks at Arthur, and he's going.
Casting a spell.
We're looking here.
Okay.
I will let you know if he decides to do so, my friend. He's going to. Ooh. Yes, you know what? He appears that he is getting ready to cast a spell. Now, it looks like he is getting ready to cast something. Traum, if that matters to you.
He is casting a spell, or he looks like he's casting a spell?
He appears that he is casting a spell.
Oh, okay. I'm going to, using my meta magic, subtly cast counterspell.
Okay.
Unless he's not actually casting a spell, because then I can't do that.
If he wasn't casting a spell, then that would not work. Do not worry. So you see him as he. I gotta keep making sure that when I'm talking, I don't have that in my mouth. My goodness. As he, the reason that I said it the way that I did, he's billowing his cloak, and it looks like he's getting ready to like. So he does this action where it looks like he's like expecting to just disappear, and it's like when the magician, like something backfires, he stops and he's like, wait, what? And he kind of like, he checks himself like, why didn't that work? And he just kind of sighs, and then he looks at Arthur, and let's see, what's the distance on this? Doo-ba-doo-boo-boo. I think he's close enough. I'm just checking. Yes. Arthur, can you do me a favor? Can you give me... Oh, I'm just going to attack you. Sorry. I just need to roll. Okay, let me roll. And I natural one. Never mind. So I guess he's so befuddled why his cool disappearing trick didn't work. He couldn't concentrate. So then he does what every good magician does, and he hides behind a rock.
Okay. I wave at him. Also, he does get to make another intelligence save at the end of his turn to end the Bane effect.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm glad you said that. I didn't get a -1 if it matters. I got a 0. He got a 15.
That still fails.
Okay. That was our cool vampire. Durashi, you are up. What would you like to do?
Scream.
That's fair.
I physically cannot get to the big guy because there's a dinosaur in the way, right?
Correct.
Son of a... I was gonna get Tamsin out of there, but I'm gonna turn to Traum and I'm going to say, big guy or small guy.
We're paid to evict vampires, not golems.
I move both of us 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You get to right there, Durashi, and something important that only you or Tamsin might notice.
He doesn't
Well,
smell
actually,
like a vampire, does he?
2 things. 1, he doesn't smell like a vampire, and 2, Durashi, this is actually something that I'm just gonna give you because I know your character actively does this. You check teeth, right? That's your
I do
yeah.
check teeth.
So you look at the I'm sorry, I don't know why that made me giggle. You're looking at his teeth, and you could swear to Bamboo his teeth were plastic. He has fangs. He definitely has fangs, but they look plastic.
Okay. Can I?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at him. I have my axe out, and I'm going to say, sit down, you strawed wannabe, or I will kill you.
Give me an intimidation check. And in fact, I will let you make it strength-based because you're using your axe to intimidate.
You're so kind. Come on, have a charisma score.
This is not charisma-based at all.
20 plus 4. 19.
Oh no. He sits down.
And then I'm going to say stay there, and I'm going to action surge.
He just nods sadly because he heard Strahd, and you saw like a sparkle in his eye, and then you said wannabe, and he looked real sad.
And I'm going to dash.
Okay. Good news, you made it to the big monster. Okay, and Traum, you are right in the forefront, my friend. Perfect timing, because guess what? It is your turn.
It'd be perfect timing if it was Perfect's turn.
You're right. You're right.
If you were to put a size category on this golem,
Large.
Let's call it a construct.
construct, that's fair. You'd say it's a large-sized creature?
I'd say it's a large construct, absolutely.
I cast telekinesis.
Telekinesis. What does telekinesis do, my friend?
It has to make a strength check against my charisma check.
Okie dokie.
It still has a d6 off of its checks.
It does, unfortunately. Okay, that's not bad. Not bad. How'd you do?
I'm about to find out. 18.
It did pretty bad. Okay. It got a 15. It would have matched you, but the Bane.
All right. I'm gonna move it 30 feet.
Okay.
I'm gonna move it over here next to Wizard Boy.
Okay. There
You're
we
being
go.
evicted. Pack your shit up and go.
The monster
I'm pretty
roars
sure-
angrily at you.
I'm pretty sure this triggers the first time it enters on a turn clause.
It
Yeah.
does.
So it's gonna need to make a con save.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Let's see. Oh no! Oh
Don't forget
no!
to take a d6 off.
I'm adding it. I'm adding it.
No, the d6 isn't for saves.
Oh, okay.
Ability checks.
Oof. I mean, it didn't matter. I want to stress. I want to stress that this wonderful creature has a +5 to con saves. Okay. He got a 6. He got a 6.
Okay. That's
So let's go ahead and
A
roll
level
that
of
damage
exhaustion.
and a level of
Yeah.
exhaustion.
It's also
I believe-
restrained.
Restraint? Oh.
Yeah, because it's in my telekinetic grip. It's restrained.
Oh, okay.
now.
Okay. So it was already restrained. It's not tied to the spell. For clarification.
It's restrained until the end of my next turn. It doesn't get any other saves on that. We can play this contest again on its next turn,
No problem.
or on my next turn. I mean, all right. I'm also going to use my movement to get off of Durashi.
It just 5 feet of your movement to do so.
Yeah, I'm just gonna climb down so Durashi can go stab it and not take me there.
Okay.
5, 10, 15. And then I'm gonna lay down on this rock and lay out like a bedroll.
Roll a d10.
D10. 10, baby, I'm comfy.
Well, no. So here's what happens. So you lean against this rock, and I cannot stress this enough. You have established that cast view is the mind now, right? So as you lay down with the intent to get comfy, cast view does this ASMR, like you're getting like the sound of like light pebbles like rubbing against each other, you're getting like a back massage. Like you're getting like the works. And so this is just not, you're not just comfortable. You are zen right now.
That's my turn. I'm done.
The construct took 19 radiant.
You said radiant damage. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. Just checking. Okay. So that damage. Okay. You see a little bit of chipping that happens. Perfect. All right. Perfect. It is your turn, my friend. What would you like to do?
So Perfect's been standing back here for a little while, just kind of getting himself ready, by which I mean he's taken a very, very tiny dip of his pinky finger into a vial of, what's it called? Forgotten the name of the thing. Hold on. Oil of slipperiness. Oops, I just moved myself.
Okay.
And he's just dipped his pinky in and then run his hand through his hair to get it nice and slick. And then as he finishes doing that, he's ready to go. So he lifts off with his wings, flies through the air, and heads over here using his bonus action to dash, and alights before the vampire, who is, I guess, like sitting back from the intimidation that Durashi gave him earlier. But Perfect will reach his hands down and stare into his eyes, and this guy needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no, you're doing the thing. Right. Oh, okay. Hang on. That's pretty good. Okay. Oh, with save. Okay, that's not too bad. I got a 19.
Oh yeah, that's more than enough.
Okay.
But nonetheless, Perfect will give him a winning smile and say, well, at least someone down here has some decent looks. Come with me if you want to live.
I guess it is an important thing to note that outside of the book, he's carrying like he is dressed pretty like he's dressed like he doesn't belong here. He's like in an old, like if you think about what you saw your vampire buddy above, Arter Moreland, what he was wearing, he's wearing almost an identical outfit. So it's definitely out of place down here. So that's a fair sentiment.
If you look at Perfect's token right now, and you look at the picture that you have put on the screen to represent him, notice how they are almost identical.
Oh yeah, so he's wearing almost the same thing you are. Okay. Yeah, no, that's right. He does look concerningly optimistic, because he can't tell if you're a vampire or not. So he looks like he might go along with it. So there's also a giant screaming bunch of bone and lichen behind you, with a glowing item inside its belly. So anything else? Perfect.
Perfect takes absolutely no notice of the golem. He has eyes only for this gentleman.
Okay, that's fair. All right, top of the round. Tamsin, you are up. Oh, actually, I guess it's an important thing to note, Tamsin, before you start. Durashi, and I'm going to give it to Perfect as well, since y'all are both on the same line here. You both notice that the area down here at the bottom, where the golem started initially, some of the rocks are starting to crack and crumble. All right, Tamsin, you are up.
I'm going to move forward 5, 10, 15, and right over here. So I have an angle on the large golem creature.
Okay. You absolutely do.
I am going to fire 2 Eldritch Blast at the bugger.
Excellent. And this is,
My
is that 4? What type of damage is
It
that for
is.
confirmation?
Yep. I already said I was going to do it, but I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Hope it doesn't bring a wall down.
But you're fine. You are fine. You are fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry.
Let me. Alright. Well, I got a 29 and a 17. Which hits? Do they both hit? Does the 17 not hit? Because I rolled twice.
A 17 does hit.
Okay. That's a 9 plus 11. So that's 20 points total of force damage.
It seems to take the full amount. Excellent. A little bit more of it chips away. Anything else, Tamsin?
Yeah, I think I'll back up so I'm out of line of sight of it.
Perfect. Then you are 100% right there. You are. Delightful. You are up.
So, Delightful is going to fly over and alight on Perfect's outstretched arm, as though he intended to provide a perch for her.
Perfect.
You might say that she's his wingman.
Oh, there it is. All right. That's delightful, everybody. The golem is restrained. It doesn't seem exhausted for some strange reason. And the only person in range besides the...
It does have to make the save for starting its turn, though.
Oh, sure. All right, we'll go ahead and start that up. This is for the restrained effect. Is that correct?
No, this is for the sickening radiance and radiant damage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and roll the damage. It got a 7. He is not a fan of this. Is the check for your... Oh, wait, that's the end of your turn. Is that correct, Traum?
It's on my next turn. Yep.
Perfect.
It got 15 points of radiant.
15 points of radiant. It seems that it takes the full amount. We just update that. Still chipping away. Still seems okay. Okay. At any rate, we're gonna go here. So I guess the only person that's in range, besides the vampire, is Perfect. Perfect. Can you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
Can you make me... I'm double checking what this is. Can you give me a wisdom saving throw? It is a magical effect, if that matters. It's not a spell, but it is a magical effect.
I have a 13.
Okay, that will fail. Uh-oh. Well, the vampire has to do it as well. That's okay.
Does Delightful need to as well? She's also within 5 feet.
It is creatures within 10 feet, so yes.
Okay.
Okay. How did Delightful do?
She has a 16.
Okay. So you both fail. Basically it's covered in this blue lichen and this fungus. it basically roars angrily, and you see 10 feet around it. The spores just spew out everywhere, just this cloud of blue dust. And if you inhale it, the world starts to slow down, and everything just feels all right.
I have a
You were
very
ne-
important question.
Absolutely.
Did the not a vampire also fail?
He, unfortunately, he made the save, but just barely.
Okay. Well, in
He's
Perfect's mind, what's happened is that the world has slowed as he presents his hand to this person. And
So
he just sees the dust falling through the moonlight from his sword. And he sits there, very pleased by this image, taking it in. Delightful slowly flaps her wings as she lands.
With this effect, though, you cannot use reactions. Your speed is now halved, and you cannot make more than one attack on your turn. You can take either an action or a bonus action. You cannot do both. And this effect lasts for a full minute. But you can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns. So you and Delightful are now slowed under the slow effect. And after that, the golem burps happily, and that is the end of its turn. So we move on to Arthur. Arthur, you are up.
Speaking of which, did it make its intelligence save?
Oh, let's check. Absolutely not.
Okay. I would like to run forward into a cartwheel routine.
A cartwheel routine. Okay.
I'm going to go up to this rock, jump off it, and do a backflip forward.
Okay.
And try and stick the landing.
Give me a performance check.
Excellent. I'm going to use Tides of Chaos.
Do what you're doing with that, and I love it.
Absolutely. That is a bamboo bait, and I am absolutely taking it.
22.
Yeah, no, you stick it very well. In fact, I'll tell you what, it's done so well that Perfect, now moving kind of slow, as you land, Perfect sword gives like almost like a spotlight to where you land. So not only do you land with like a spotlight on you. It's very well done.
Excellent. And then I would like to subtly cast Shatter.
I assume that you are show me where you're targeting, because I just, part of me just imagines you're just like blowing a hole through this wall right here. Okay, over here.
That.
Okay,
I can do that. like here. I think it's like 5 feet, right?
Absolutely.
I think it's a 15-foot.
No,
or
it's 10-foot radius. I have
10-foot radius. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I
So
do
you-
it so I can get the wall, but not anyone else? Except no. Let's see.
You could, yeah, just barely.
I think if I put it in this square, it'll hit some of the wall, but not my allies.
Should be. I think, yes, you should be fine. Okay,
I'll
so
do that at the 4th level. Why not?
okay,
Can you
and
target that square?
What's that?
Can you target that square?
Can I?
do you want to double check the spell? What does Shatter do?
So Shatter
Mm-hmm.
is a 60-foot radius, or a 10-foot radius, 60-foot casting distance.
Oh. From a
It-
point of your choice within range, it does not require line of sight. Yeah, you
That's-
actually can put it
yep.
there.
That's the thing we wanted to check. So yeah, you sure can.
Also, if it is a creature made of inorganic material such as stone, crystal, or metal, it has disadvantage on the saving throw.
Oh, so straight roll. Okay. What type of damage is this? Can you confirm that for me, please?
This is thunder.
Okay, that actually matters. Let me check. Boo-ba-doo-boo-boo. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. All right.
It's DC 16, and it's rolling against 24 thunder damage.
Oh, no. 24, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So it takes the full amount. Doo-ba-doo-boo-boo. Excellent. And go and roll me a D100, please.
Of course.
You notice that a giant chunk of bone falls off of it. Durashi, you can clearly see this as well.
10.
What does a 10 do?
A 10. Cast Magic Missile at a 5th level spell. So that's 4 levels higher than normal, so I get
Okay.
7d4 plus 7. I guess I'll aim that at the big guy as well.
Okay.
Is there a line of sight to that now?
I was
That
gonna
you
say.
shattered the,
Yeah, I'll say that you blew a hole through the wall so you can easily see him.
This is an amazing turn. I love it. As 25 force damage comes straight at him.
You blow another chunk of bone off of his body. And an important thing to note here, and this is something that Perfect, you are choosing to ignore, so I'm going to say you don't notice it, though you could probably see it in your peripheral. Durashi, you have a bird's eye view of this, and you can see part of it from where you are, Arthur. You see that the chunk of its chest that exploded, the top of the mace is shining very, very brightly. And it looks like it's of old dwarven craft. The actual, so it is definitely a weapon of some sort that has been lodged into the center of this creature. And we move on to Tuan. Tuan, you are up, buddy. Tuan might be processing, so we can probably we'll pause for Tuan and we'll come circle back around. So
Our connection is acting a little weird, so he could hear you, but his
Mine
connection
too.
was weird. Just everything.
It was everybody.
okay.
No, it was everyone.
Okay. No
Think it's okay
worries.
now?
I think Fate, if you want to try again, you probably can. If not, it is. If you're not where you can. Okay.
Testing 1, 2.
Yeah. No. Can hear you fine. Can hear you fine now.
I sigh and realize that I'm just too much of a big load right here. So I remove my wild shape as a bonus action and I throw my sacred flame at the bone guy.
Okay. You will need to move right over here, right beside Arthur, to get an angle at him if you want to.
Okay.
Okay. And you said it's a sacred flame. Okay. So what does
25
sacred?
to-
Oh, please go ahead. I was gonna say what sacred flame
sorry,
is.
No, it's produce flame. Sorry.
It's produce flame.
So, yep, I'm just gonna use the attack action part of it, where I can throw the flame at the enemy that I produce
Okay.
and do damage.
Okay. What is your 2 hit, my friend?
Looks like 25. No.
Yeah. Oh.
18 to hit.
An 18, you said?
Yes.
An 18 should hit. I am confirming. Yes, an 18 hits barely, but it does hit.
9 points of fire damage.
Fire damage is good. Okay. It is looking toasty. Boo-boo-boo-boo-boo. Okay. Our vampire goes. He grabs onto Perfect's hand and puts his trust in Perfect because He likes what he's wearing. Do you? Is there any hostility coming from you? Perfect, just for confirmation.
No, not at all.
Okay. As a result,
However, Perfect does he grabs Perfect's hand, and Perfect just kind of slowly closes his hand around him.
okay. Well, the good news is, he's going to. Ooh. He's going to notice your slowness and realize kind of what might be happening because of the construct, and goes, let's step away for a moment. And you feel like you were here and now you are back here.
Allow me to say that Perfect is always willing.
Okay. I don't know if he. I don't think he can take your bird too, though.
If it's dimension door, he can't.
Yeah. Okay. So Delightful unfortunately stays, but you two move back here effectively. He's right here now, though. So you've been moved away from the creature. There we go. Oh, wait. Wait, that's the creature that's restrained, so we're good there. Okay. That was his turn. Again, he's Durashi made it where he's no longer hostile for sure, but he definitely has put his trust in you, Perfect. So, Durashi, you are up.
I still see everything in shades of blue, right?
We'll say it's been long enough that that is now that it's dull. Like there's when you stare at a blue light and everything has a tint to it, but it's no longer heavy set. It's kind of like that now.
So I can tell that the light is green.
Yes.
Okay. So otherwise, I was just gonna go in there because I didn't stay out of the green light, and it just looks like light to me.
Yeah, that's fair. I would say.
In that case, I'm gonna turn to Tamsin and say, "Drop it."
Okay, I can't do anything right now.
You can drop concentration.
Yeah,
wherever you want.
you can
Okay,
absolutely
I
if
thought
you
I
choose
had
to.
do it on my turn. All right, yeah. If Durashi asks me to, then absolutely. But I also look slightly intimidated.
I will say, Durashi, when you said that, all I heard in my head was "drop it." Bow, 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 bow. The song. Please go ahead.
So I'm gonna run up to it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to take my 2 great axe attacks.
All right. Roll to smash. And just for confirmation, this is a magical weapon, correct?
Yes, it is a great axe +1.
Excellent. Just double checking.
That is a 21 to hit.
That easily hits.
Okay, I'm going to use a superiority dice.
Ooh.
To do a disarming attack. I'm gonna try and get the mace out of the construct's body.
Durashi, you do have advantage, by the way. It is restrained.
Ooh, heck yeah.
Yep.
I believe
Let's
so.
see if you get a crit.
This is very clever.
I will say the way that it describes how you can remove the mace from its stomach, I'm going to interpret that where disarm would technically work. And my justification is that it's being held in its rib cage area by an actual hand. So you are truly disarming it, even though it's not using the hand to smash. So it still works.
What's it need to make to not be disarmed?
It needs to make a DC 16 strength saving throw.
I
Perfect.
do believe it's restrained.
It is.
Doesn't that mean it auto fails these things?
I think that's paralyzation.
Let's go double
It
check
has
that.
disadvantage on dexterity saves.
Oh.
Yeah, I did not think so, but wanted to be sure because I did not want to confirm that. So, and for confirmation for everybody, just the full details of being restrained. My speed is now 0. Cannot benefit from any bonus to the speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls are disadvantaged, and it's the dex save is the disadvantage. So, all right, so let's go ahead and get that in.
My second roll was a 26, not a natural 20. But,
Easily hits.
That's going to be...
Doo-ba-doo-boo-boo.
And then a D10. The first attack is 12 slashing damage.
12 slashing. Okay. So you just take
And
the full
then-
amount?
Yes.
Perfect.
Did he save? Does he save?
He got a... Ooh, let me just check a thing here. Boop, boop. Oh, wait, that was a save. Never mind. It was a 24.
Okay, then I'm gonna hit him again.
All right. Still have advantage.
First roll is a 13. Second roll... 18 to hit.
It hits. Barely, but it does hit.
Okay. And then I'm going to spin another superiority dice to do another disarming attack.
All right. Let's see. This time he total was... That's a 13?
Ooh, he failed.
Uh-oh. All right, so a couple things might happen. What's the total damage?
17 plus 5 is 22.
All right. Ooh, that was good. Okay. So a couple things happen. So Durashi, so you go up and ready to Panda Smash. You go in and you aim. You focus your aim right at the exposed area where you can see that bright mace. I mean, it is a bright light in your face. And you hit it, and like you do the thing where you almost get it free, but it's like it just needs that one last push, like you're chopping a tree. That next swing though easily does it, and you see the mace just kind of yeet itself out of the construct's body. For style points, give me a just for giggles, give me a performance check. Let's make it strength based because this is you did this with Smash.
Big X go burr.
Big axe go burr.
Let's see. D20. Performance. 14.
Okay. You do this in a way that not only do you break the axe free and it gets yeeted, but you at the same time catch it with your other hand. So you grab the mace as it gets yeeted, and as you do, you feel this just unwavering sense of like just a strong, like you just a natural urge to like start smiting. Like you just out of nowhere, you just feel like in your gut, you're like, it's time to smash and it's time to smite.
I'm very sad. I have already used my action surge.
You notice as well something very important about this mace now that it's on your person. You notice the head of this mace where you couldn't see it because of the way it was lodged in the body, but you can clearly see it now. It is a giant angry dwarven head. So this mace is a dwarf head. That is the mace part of this weapon. However, as you grab the mace, that voice in your head comes back going,
You freed me.
Cast View seems to also be a part of this mace. So as you are holding this mace, that connection you had when you were licking the wall seems to be connected to this mace as well. I don't know if you actively have ever craved beer and ale before as well, but as you are holding this mace, you find yourself just terribly thirsty for a bamboo brewski of some kind. You are very thirsty.
Love it.
Anything else, Durashi? Oh, sorry, the thing explodes.
Oh, does it die?
It explodes and you get covered with blue lichen again.
Cool. I just kind of close my eyes and let it fall over me.
That is fair. You are glowing blue once again. The creature falls, and an important thing to note here, as it falls and crumbles, all the bones it was made up of are still glowing blue, but you see this time, instead of the disintegrated lichen as before, there are giant chunks of big lichen that are still available all over its body, and you can clearly see that there's some over there as well. However, Traum, it is your turn.
I need to know,
Mm-hmm.
after the mace got freed,
Yes.
did the back massage stop?
No, it did not.
Okay.
But I think this is an important thing to point out. I'm glad you mentioned that, Traum. You also felt the same connection to Durashi. So when it spoke to Durashi, you also heard what it said to Durashi.
Weird. Kind of creepy. Not what I'm paid here for. So, while laying down, I'm going to move my telekinesis onto this guy.
What? Okay. It's a strength check, is that right?
He gets to make a strength check, and I get to make a charisma check. And he gets a D6 off of his, and I
does.
don't. I got a 23, and he can kick rocks.
Were you going to say something, Arthur?
I was just wondering if he made his in check last time he went, but
Yeah, it was not, it was, yep. However, maybe he got it. He might have got it. Hang on, let's see. He got, oh no.
You got enough strength to beat a 23?
That's
What the...
That's a -7. That's a -7.
I'm impressed.
How is that a thing? Oh no.
That's a weak boy right there.
That's the lowest roll I've ever seen.
That's the -7.
you max out the Bane die.
Commoner.
Oh no. Yeah, I maxed out the Bane die.
Commoner in cosplay.
Oh no. He already has a negative strength score, and then he maxed out the Bane roll, and then I nat 1. Oh no.
He goes over here now.
So
Yoink.
I do have to ask this just because. Wait, where did you want it? My apologies.
Over here now.
Not seeing
The
anything.
ping's not showing up. Sorry.
Let's
Oh, I see it now. Way
Zoom
over
out.
there. Okay. Wow.
I gotta move him 30 feet. He's going.
Okay. So let me. While this is happening, this is a very important question. Perfect. You
are
you
still holding hands.
you are holding hands with this individual. Do you go with him?
I do. For one thing,
Okay.
I can't take reactions, so.
So you have yeeted both of them over there, Traum.
Perfect is
Big
just gliding.
evicted.
Perfect is
Leave.
just gliding with his wings.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Anything else? Oh, I guess he's gonna look at you and go. Okay. You're gonna have to talk to the boss though.
Next turn, I'm gonna bring him back, but I'm not moving from the spot.
Okay.
I'm still laying down.
I just imagine you just leaned over a little bit to do it, and then just leaned back down.
You are
It's like I'm comfy.
absolutely right.
I love it. Perfect. You are up.
So Perfect can only take an action or a bonus action and no reactions. Only has half his normal speed, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So as Perfect is pulled along at what presumably is a very fast pace for what he feels right now, he'll say, "Yes, let's run away together." He uses his bonus action to make his cloak billow behind him, and that is his entire turn.
Go ahead and give me a fresh save. It's a wisdom save. And you'll do one for your Delightful as well. Holy bamboo. Ugh.
And Delightful has an 8.
Okay, what was yours?
6.
6. Okay. You are still unfortunately under the slowed effect. Okay, now at the end, the reason why we were doing this for one more turn is at the end of your turn, at the top of the next round, right over here, and I'll go ahead and quickly just ping this area right here. Right over here, that whistling Durashi that you and Perfect initially heard, it gets louder as all of these rocks start crumbling and fall down. And so I don't know if you've ever they've seen these in certain movies where like they open like a pyramid for the first time in like centuries, and that big like just burst of like sucking in air trying to that effect basically happens. But you see there's an exit that seems to descend further and deeper down into this maze that you have started. At the same time, as that crumbling happens, you hear a shattering coming from above, and right over here at this rock that looks kind of like a thumbs up, you hear something from the ceiling, and a bunch of the rock comes crashing down. And as it does, it creates what looks like a surprisingly convenient set of rocks that seem to lead up to fresh air. And combat is officially over, which means it is no longer turn-based. What would you all like to do? There is, like in everywhere, I know that Traum, you have a captive. Well, technically you have 2 captives if you think about it. You do not sense anything else hostile in this room. What are y'all doing?
I pull back the jerk.
Okay.
Which one?
Yep. That's the problem.
You both made it over there.
If possible, on their way back, I want to like run them dangerously close to a rock. See if maybe I can shake one loose. But when they get over here, what do you mean the boss? Are there more of you in this cave that I have to evict?
Okay. So while you're talking to him, just a quick confirmation, Tamsin, is there anything you would like to do? Are you going to stay and be a part of the conversation with Tev, with this vampire? Or is there anything else you would like to be doing while this conversation's happening?
I am fine to remain near the conversation, but I am
Okay.
going to send my familiar up through the hole that just opened up
Okay,
to see if that just leads outside.
perfect.
Just
It'll
fresh air.
correct. It'll take just a moment. By the time the conversation ends, familiar will be back. So that works out perfect.
Okay.
Tuan, what about yourself? Are you staying with the conversation, or is there anything you would like to do while the conversation's taking place?
I'm gonna stay with the conversation.
Perfect. Arthur, yourself? Oh,
I'm not
Arthur-
speaking, am I? Okay.
You-
Hi, Arthur Dent here. How you doing?
doing fine, doing fine.
Well, I walk around Tuan and hop up on this rock next to my good companion Traum, and I start gesticulating wildly, trying to convey a message to our good friend here. But all you see is bubbles streaming out of my mouth.
That's
as
fair.
I start pointing to perfect and us, and then to the rocks and then mushrooms.
That's fair. Durashi, what about yourself? You have the spoils of victory, but what would you like to do? Would you like to head back for the conversation, or is there anything you would like to do?
I don't care about the conversation. I'm gonna put down my portable hole and start shoveling lichen into it.
Perfect. Excellent. All right. So as everybody else as that's happening, it keeps slipping out of my mouth. The vampire looks at you, Traum, and goes, well, see, the bot, hang on a second. And he goes, bleh, and he pulls out a pair of plastic vampire teeth, and he kind of just like shoves them in his pocket since he can't really go anywhere, right? He goes, sorry about that. So the boss is, he's further down in that tunnel there. We're the Undertakers. We're basically kind of like, you know how there's vampires and there's not vampires? Well, we're trying to become the vampires, but unfortunately, we've been having trouble finding like real vampires, and Waterdeep is such a weird bamboozling place. However, I will tell you, there was rumor that we heard that there's an ancient legion of vampires that got sealed away in the Undermountain, and we were talking to we were over here in an adventuring party, kind of like y'all, talking to that old what's his name, Durnan? Yeah, Durnan, that's his name. We heard Durnan talking to a group of adventurers, saying that they would go and bring them some blue lichen, that he'd show them where to go and all that stuff. And so we just kind of followed that party to this location, and well, we don't really know what happened to the other party, but we just remember hearing a lot of screaming and then a lot of groaning and a lot of banging. So I don't really know exactly what happened to them, but anyways, we made it down here and we found a pretty cool place further down. But boss was afraid that folks would come around here, come sniffing around, looking for trouble. So he said to be over here and stand guard. Well, I was over here writing in my book. I've got really trying my best here. It's a wonderful novel. You're welcome to read some of it if you're interested. But I was worried that somebody might come and cause some trouble. Well, I don't know what happened, but there was some kind of big explosion, and it caved in the exit over the entrance into the cave there. You see. And so I was like, well, I don't know what the bamboo to do. So I don't know what in the world I was gonna do. And then I heard a loud bang coming from somewhere, I guess the direction y'all were coming from, and it fully caved in this area. So I had to summon this buddy here to go and start digging it out so I get back to the boss. So yep.
Does that take about a minute?
I'd say so.
at the
Alright.
very end of this, Arthur has not been stopped talking at all. He's just going on, and at the very end of it, he finally can speak again. And he says, "And that's why you should never volunteer to be a rodeo clown."
Perfect has also continued to talk, but very slowly.
By this point, it's gone
has
on you
not-
as well.
Well, right, but while this is going on, he's like he's lagging basically. So he starts off like he's still talking about running away with this guy. Wants
Yeah.
to take him to this place in Silvery Moon that he knows of, a great beauty spa, and sort of just like halfway through realizes that they're not leaving anymore and that he's not being paid attention to. It just looks very put out.
We're perfect. But you are definitely no longer slowed at this point.
By the time that he is no longer slowed, he will have decided that, or put on an air of not caring one way or another what this person does.
That's fair. That's fair.
Probably mutter something about cheap cosmetics.
That's fair. But yeah, so that is his answer to your question, Traum.
I'm gonna slightly roll to the side and look at the big pile of rocks down there.
Mm-hmm. It's now an open thing, but there are still rocks at the bottom. Yes, you're correct.
Okay, so it's open and we can proceed if we wanted.
If you chose to, yes. The chaos in the fight with the golem appears to have shook the rocks enough that it is both opened a way to leave and potentially a way to leave and a way to go further down to where the quote unquote boss is.
How many of them are there? Undertakers total.
Well, after our last recruitment party, we were supposed to have 15 new recruits, but only 4 of them showed up.
Can you say that they're not vampires?
No, well, there's one fella that claims that he's the real deal, but he couldn't. He said he couldn't prove it to us in upstairs because there's people watching or something. He's just paranoid. So he said he would show us once we actually got to the temple. So.
And did he show you?
Well, the boss wanted me to come keep guard, so I never got a chance to see.
Well, gentlemen, it sounds like we might be done here. All the vampires are gone. Amazing.
Were we hired to get rid of vampires, or were we hired to get rid of the Undertakers?
I will pull out the contract we signed earlier. It says right here, vampires. Does it actually say vampires?
Yeah. So and that's a fair point. You know what? No. We'll do it based on what it says there. That's fine. So that the Undertakers were a presumed threat of vampires. That they were looking for vampires and they had heard about the Undertakers. So there was basically the request is to investigate what the Undertakers are and what they were doing, and to confirm that if there was an infestation of vampires, to take care of them. That was the overarching agreement. The immediate contract you have was to get the blue lichen and take it back to Durnan.
Oh. So that means that we might actually have to go track down that last person.
It sounds about right. That's what the vampire says.
I'm gonna look at him.
Yep.
Do you renounce the Undertakers? Yes or no?
He
There is a
Hey.
right answer here.
he kind of leans in, Traum, and he's like, what I mean, what will make them happy? And they kind of like motion in the direction of where Durashi currently is.
So you renounce the Undertakers.
And at the top of his lungs, he goes, "Why, yes, absolutely. I renounce the Undertakers. Please do not send any angry, bloodthirsty lizard folk after me. The Undertakers.
I stand up from where I've been hunched over the over my portable hole and just look at him.
He kind of like he can't move his body, so he just kind of nods.
Oh, is he still restrained?
Yeah, so he's been like slightly in the air this whole time.
That's fair.
I'm gonna let him go and just look at him and go, "You should run before the lizard changes its mind."
Okie dokie.
Wait,
Get up, dust myself off, and start walking down this way.
one second, please.
Oh yeah. What can I do for you?
Hold still. I grab some charcoal in my pocket that I always carry on me.
Okay.
And I go up to his forehead and I draw a pair of black antlers on his forehead.
What the hell is this?
So that's not how you use charcoal as a cosmetic, my friend.
Cosmetic? No, I'm just making sure that everyone knows he has the blessing of Bashaba.
Oh, I thought this was like some exfoliating stuff. All right.
Yeah.
By this point, Tamsin, your familiar has returned and confirmed that is definitely a path leading back upstairs.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. All right. So, what that being said, what that means is you have successfully defeated the Bone Bro golem here that was covered in blue lichen. By this point, Durashi, you have a ton of blue lichen collected, and just from like working with it and kind of doing, I'd say, your passive survival with kind of looking at it, you are pretty confident what is causing this blue lichen to grow like this was specifically the undead bodies being in this area. So it's like, be it the temperature, be it whatever the case may be, but that was the combination that was causing the lichen to specifically grow only in this location. But you have collected plenty of it. So you all have a very distinct option here. One of them is you can head upstairs. You can head back up. You can take your findings to Durnan and then collect your rewards for that, and then choose to come back at another time to further investigate the rumors of vampires. Or you can continue down the rabbit hole, so to say, and see what kind of pandemonium is down there. I will say, just for everybody to note, that we are formally ending this adventure here because this one shot, this is the end of it, but there is a continuation of the story in the next module. So this is the end of this particular story. So you can safely go and take this back to Durnan if you want to, and then come back, but that starts the next module. I just wanted to clarify that. So you technically have an option, but be advised that either way, technically you're going to take these back. So just to make it a bit easier for your decision making here.
Maybe we can get paid twice with a second contract to actually, clear out the maybe not vampires. Probably not vampires.
If the contract's done, the contract's done. It's sleeping time.
Okay. Well, before you leave then, is there anything else in this area? We'll go down the row here for confirmation. Perfect. Is there anything else down here you would like to do before you start heading back up?
I'd probably pocket some of the blue moss for myself. You never know what properties it might have or what
That's
value
fair.
it might have to others.
You do notice that the not vampire left. He did not take his book.
Oh, I absolutely grab his book.
Okay. You grab his book and you see on the front of it, there is a working title that was scratched out, but it does specifically say Twilight on the front of the book. by Tev S. Meyer.
Great.
Yep.
It's the lost one apple with a bite out of it.
You know, actually, ironically enough, just I guess for copyright reasons, it's not an apple, it's a pear.
Ah,
I will flip through it and look for juicy scenes.
It must be one of those Nakintoshes.
There it is. Let's see. Hang on. I'm gonna give you one thing. I'm gonna DM you something. You can choose to read it if you want to. Oh no. Yeah, no. We'll say here this. There we go. There's just some spice if you choose to use said spice. Feldoth, where is my Feldoth? There you are, buddy. Brip. That's the part you go to. Hang on. Actually, let's change one thing.
I have one. If
Oh,
you
okay.
want.
If you got one, go right ahead.
So Perfect flips through the book for a while and stops on a page and says, "Twilight again, another ending. No matter how perfect a day is, it always has to end." And then he closes the book.
I'm gonna use telekinesis on perfect and just keep walking away. Leave perfect. No, I'm kidding.
So you have your book and you head on up. Arthur, what about yourself? Anything else before you start heading up?
I kind of want to be the last person out because, yeah.
Oh. Okay, we'll keep moving. Tuan.
I'm good. I'm leaving.
Okay. Tamsin.
I will follow. Traum.
Perfect. Okay, and Traum, what about yourself? Anything else you would like to do before heading out of here?
Nope.
Okay, and Durashi.
I pick up my portable hole.
Mm-hmm.
I put Traum back in the Bjorn. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
I go to Tamsin and kind of duck my head. And I say, sorry for yelling.
Aww.
It is okay. You are very, very good at that. I was scared.
That's wonderful.
And then we leave.
Yeah. All right. Arthur, everybody has left. What were you wanting to do?
Okay. So I had a thing that I wanted to use, but we kind of ended it before it came up. So I pull out a wand.
Okay.
And it looks really crazy. It has a bunch of like things sticking out of it. It's multicolored. There's like orbs at the end of the prongs. I'm just gonna point in the middle of the chamber where the creature was and just activate it. See what happens.
What is this and what does it do?
This is a wand of wonder. It does a lot of things.
Okay, let's see. Wand of Wonder.
Displayed in the VTD.
Perfect. So, oof.
Yeah, a lot of text. But basically, you use it, I roll a D100, and something happens.
Okay, roll a D100 then, my friend.
Alrighty. I just want to roll this. It is an 86.
Okay, so as you point the wand in that direction, all of a sudden an explosion, a stream of gems comes shooting out the end of the wand's tip, about 30 feet in front of you.
I think you might have read the wrong one there.
You read the wrong one, bud. You got an 86, not an 89.
I read that
it's
as a 9.
upside down, so yeah.
Whoops, my apologies. Sorry. Nope, this one's even weirder.
I think I'm the nearest creature, so
highs or lows?
Lows.
Traum, roll me a d20.
11.
Okay. Yes, you are the only creature. So all of a sudden, you start exploding in leaves.
Are
Yes. Yes. And everything starts getting very blue and hazy for you, Arthur. You are now officially glowing blue as well. You have effectively started growing blue lichen on your body.
Cool. And I just walk out.
What was that, Durashi?
So that was a great ghillie suit.
Yeah, effectively, you look just like your friend from the beginning. Now,
Cool.
so as you're all walking up and you make it and you get that first, like, just breath of fresh air after a moment, you all see Arthur pop up, and Arthur is completely blue from head to toe with lichen sticking out of his body.
I pop the cap off my vape and take a very long draw, and then just leave the cap off and fill the entire area with a cloud, so I don't have to look at anyone anymore.
All right. Well, the good news is, everybody, you make it back to the Yawning Portal Tavern that you initially started out. Durnan is very, very happy to see all of you had returned. And then doesn't look as happy as he sees Arthur and goes, so I said I needed you to bring some blue lichen, not become blue lichen. What happened to him?
Didn't specify.
Is he your payment then? Am I just gonna take him? Is that?
Please do.
He's blue, like him.
No, I think Durashi has more for you.
Oh, okay. And turns to Durashi.
Where would you like me to empty my extra dimensional space?
Oh, follow me to the back. And he takes you past the elephant room to the lichen room, which is a room that is like, basically it looks like it's being fumigated, and have very specific areas for like various types of mushrooms and otherwise that are being mixed in to make unique types of brews and ales. So just dump them in here.
Okay, portable hole is not like a bag of holding. I can't just like turn it inside out. So I'm
Right.
gonna put it on like a wall and start like dog digging all of the lichen out.
Perfect.
Could you put it on the ceiling?
Too much brain power.
Yeah, that's fair.
Those are great.
Okay. Well, as you doing that officially checks the box on this adventure, and my friends, you have officially completed Into the Dark.